Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex coming to you from your brightest future, and today we have a lot of really amazing, surprising, encouraging announcements. There's a patch, there's going to be an update, there already was one, and there's going to be another one that's a bit more substantial coming in about 12 hours from the drop of this video. That's for Luna Snow's new Tier 3, her Tier 3 advancement, and reworks to her existing Andromeda uniform. And that's kind of the most important part of this video and the one that I want to highlight the most, but there's also a ton of other stuff that's already in game, so I want to get to that later. But first I want to cover the Luna Snow rework and the Luna Snow Tier 3, because we've talked about it in a few videos now, because we've got that teaser from a few days ago where she was holding the two crystals and they both said Tier 3. And then we got more announcements about a new single coming out, and we weren't aware, but the single was tied to, or the release of the single was tied to the release of this update. Now, first of all, I want to say thanks to Netmarble for actually working during the holiday season. I mean, it's December everywhere, and while Korea doesn't necessarily celebrate Christmas in the same way that Westerners do, North Americans, which is, at least half of this audience, it is still impressive that on a pseudo-holiday, they're actually in the lab working, which is really nice to bring us some pretty dope content. Additionally, the most important part here is the listening to the community and taking the community's issues seriously. Since the update dropped, since we got Luna Snow's Andromeda uniform, I've been complaining, you've been complaining, we've all been complaining, because the uniform is just not that impressive. Her fourth skill is pretty garbage. The entice happens at the end. There's no iframe. Her second skill doesn't do nearly as much damage as her old second skill uniform, and while it does have an iframe, which I kind of said it didn't in the previous video about Luna Snow, the iframe doesn't happen at the beginning. There's a huge pause at the beginning, which basically opens her up to getting guard broken or hit or killed or whatever, and it's just kind of a clunky uniform. So they listened to us, and in addition to bringing a pretty badass Tier 3 skill, which I'll list the effects here, we're gonna have to look at it in game when we actually get to play it in tomorrow's video. On top of doing that, they actually addressed her uniform. So even if you don't Tier 3 Luna Snow, even if you can't get Tier 2 Luna Snow, but you purchased her uniform because she's still a badass Tier 1 character, you're going to get something out of this. They're changing 3 of her skills. They're going to make her second skill hit harder, and they're going to make part of the skill activate faster, half a second faster. Her third skill is going to have some sort of compact ability added to it. I don't know, maybe that's just the feeling of the skill. It's kind of hard to read on the third skill. I don't know if it needed any changes because it's a badass skill. Maybe it'll do more damage, maybe it'll be a bit more consistent to time the proc with. And then her fourth skill is getting the major improvements. It's getting, first of all, double damage, which is insane, from 35 to 70. It might actually be the best skill to proc her obelisk on if you're using her for ABX or something like that. She's getting an iframe at the beginning of the skill, which is the not targeted upon execution. That's what that means. And then she's also getting the entice skill happening at the beginning when she jumps back before she starts her kind of track around the opponent, creating those icicles in a circle. So that's a huge change to one of her most important skills, and I think canceling 5 into 4 is now going to be very valuable for her. But I'm just very impressed, and I want to say thank you, and I want to illustrate that this is what it feels like, guys, when you're playing a game and the developer releases content, and some of it's good, some of it's great, and some of it's not so good, and you point to the not so good stuff and you say, hey man, can you change this? And then the very next update, even when there wasn't even supposed to be an update, because traditionally there is no December update in Marvel Future Fight, they actually went ahead and changed it. In addition to adding a bunch of themed limited time content, is actually fantastic. So I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to highlight that right off the bat, because it is really important to to criticize the developers when they make a mistake, but you also have to big them up and give them major props when they're doing things right, and they are absolutely doing things right. The other thing that I wanted to talk about quickly before we get into the in-game stuff is another thing that's not in the game yet, which you guys might be wondering about. It's actually coming a little bit later than the Luna Snow Tier 3, or it might be coming at the same time as the Luna Snow Tier 3. It's a bit unclear because the times are actually different. One of them is the 19th of December, one of them is the 20th of December, but we are going to be getting, and I'll throw up the images here, we're getting a Roulette game mode. It's not really a game mode, it's just kind of something to do for fun, and basically you get to spin it once or twice per day, and you get some rewards. And the rewards can be crystals, they can be energy, they can be gold, they can be boost points, just some nice free stuff for Christmas, some nice little cool casino style roulette, and I think it's really fun, and it's a nice way of introducing good RNG. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm really excited to play my luck and see what I get, and hopefully some of you guys will get 30 or 100 free crystals, which is pretty dope. Moving on to the actual in-game stuff that is now live. So Luna Snow's Tier 3, Uniform reworks, the Roulette stuff is not live, but what is live is the event mission and the limited event spending. So I'm going to talk about these ones first. The first one is very straightforward. You're just spending gold and you get different rewards. These are always really nice because they're applicable to every character by far. Easy ways to spend gold, of course, donating to your alliance every day. It's 1 million gold, and you know, you're going to catch up to that 20 million gold pretty quickly. Upgrading your Uru or enhancing Uru for a specific character in terms of amplification is also another really easy way to you know, burn a bunch of gold. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you go here, you go to Uru amplification, and you try to get 4 or 5 amplified slots on your Uru. Only do this if the character has 20 gears. Only do this for a character that you love, but I'm just giving you guys some quick tips on how to burn some gold pretty quickly. More importantly, we also have a limited crystal event, and these limited crystal events go up to 10,000 crystals, but this time they've changed the rewards. They've added Nornstones, black antimatter, and 50 cosmic cube fragments. Now this is a bit of a divisive issue, because on the one hand, some players are really happy that for 8,000 crystals, and you'll pay attention to why 8,000 is more important than 10 in this case, you get 50 free fragments, which is pretty impressive. They don't really give away tier 3 materials very often. On the other hand, some people are kind of irked because the old 10,000 crystal reward was a mega rank up ticket, and a mega rank up ticket doesn't compare to rank 1 black antimatter by any stretch of the imagination. However, the more important thing to realize here is all of this stuff is free. So comparing the free stuff that you got before to the free stuff you're getting now really doesn't make any sense at all, because it's free. So you really shouldn't complain, and if you're going to spend 10,000 crystals anyways, you should just be happy that you're getting something on top of it, because for the other, you know, 200 or 300 days of the year when we don't have a limited crystal event, there are people, myself included, in the game spending tens of thousands of crystals on comic card rolling or obelisks or in-game items or uniforms, Infinity War Part 2 for example, and they're not getting any rewards. So please try to understand that and don't sound so annoying and entitled. But more importantly, the 8,000 crystal benchmark is actually easier to obtain this time around, because in addition to some other sale items that I'm not going to talk about because I've discussed them before, this one is very good for the amount of items you're getting for the dollar. That's all I'm going to say. They have introduced an end of the year sale, and it's 8,200 crystals. So this is a super easy way, if you have nothing else to purchase, for you to hit that 8,000 crystal benchmark and pick up those free 50 CCF. Holy shit. So yeah, so that's one way of doing it. I'm still contemplating whether I personally want to purchase this because I don't need any of these items, but it is a pretty good deal. Now, the Tier 2 Mega Advancement Ticket has been going on sale by itself a bit more recently for 4,100 crystals. So for the extra 4,000, you're getting a Mega Rank Up and Mastery, an Awakened ISO, 3 million gold, and then you're also getting these 50 CCF. Now, if you don't really need any of these things, but you only need this, you're probably going to want to stay away from this sale and just wait for the 4,100 Mega Tier 2 sale. Keep in mind that the base cost of that sale is still 8,200. It's just that you get half of it back once enough people purchase it. It always hits the maximum purchased amount, so you always get your crystals back at the end. The most important thing that I've left for the end of this video is the event mission and event shop. I haven't played this yet. I want to play with you guys now. 3 new missions for Christmas. I'm loving this stuff. It looks really cool, the presentation. I was super in love with the Halloween ones, if you guys knew when I did the video on that. I really enjoyed those. I really enjoyed the sound effects and the overall kind of aesthetic of the missions. Before we get into the dungeons themselves and do them, just to let you guys know, you're going to be getting 50 tokens per day, so it's probably something like 15, 20, or no, 10, 15, 20. Or 10, 15, 25, I don't know, man. 50 tokens per day, 8 days, so you get a total of 400 tokens. And the 400 tokens are going to get you some pretty unique items. This time around, they've added the Titan Record Selector back again, in addition to the Tier 2 ticket, in addition to 100 Cosmic Cube fragments. So they're actually starting to give away Tier 3 materials. So on the one hand, or not on the one hand, I started off the video by saying kudos to Netmarble for listening to us and fixing Luna Snow's uniform. They've doubled down on the listening by saying, hey, you guys have been asking for ways to farm, technically, kind of, ways to get specific Tier 3 materials without spending money. Here you go. Now, you can only get the Cosmic Cube fragments once, even though the limit is 2, because you only get 400 tokens. So if you want more, you're going to have to spend real money. But it's really nice that they're actually doing this. You can double down and get 200 Dimension Dust or 100 Titan Component Packs and still have some left over. And then we've got a lot of the regular ones. They did bounce back the Phoenix Feathers to the original amount, where the limit is 2 and it's 150 instead of the one they were doing when it was like 30 Phoenix Feathers and the limit was 10. So it's really nice to see that they also changed that back to the original amount. I did criticize them for that, so kudos again. And then you got all the other regular stuff, but honestly, none of this stuff is nearly as interesting as these 3 bad boys right here. Even this one's honestly not that interesting, the Titan Selectors, but seriously, the fact that they're giving Tier 3 materials, I cannot exaggerate how great this is to just get Tier 3 materials for free. Because of that, you can also consider the token packs a little bit more valuable than usual. Now, yes, you need 400 tokens, and this holiday event pack 1 only gives you 350, so you do need to be a bit careful. I still don't like the cost of this one because the price and the number of crystals you get is kind of bad. If they made the 800 something different, like 900, honestly, it would make a huge difference. So they can consider that for future events, although I don't think they will. But in total, if you want to get all of the Tier 3 materials, I believe you're going to need 1,700 tokens, which means you're going to need to pick up an additional 1,300 tokens from the store with real money because you only get 400. I don't recommend you do that unless you're a super whale, but I am considering purchasing at least one of the holiday event packs, not only to say thank you to Netmarble for all of the cool updates and the reworks and stuff like that, but also because I do want to stock up on a few more things from the event shop. So last but not least, I want to jump into the actual mission. Before we do that though, I have to open all of these heroic chests from the White Fox week 3 mission. I usually open these on the live stream, but because there's no live streams, sad face, Bible thump, and because they're expiring soon, I'm just going to open them with you guys right now. I don't have a video to make on White Fox just yet. For those of you that are wondering, nice, that's amazing. For those of you that are wondering when the White Fox video is coming, I'm going to be doing the same type of video that I did for Arachnite, where I save up where I save up all the bios, and then I try to tier 2 the character on the video with you guys to see if my luck is good or not for the gear rolling. So we're going to be doing that in about a week. Nice. When I finish the 4th leg, the final leg of the White Fox Heroic Quest, so that I'll have the full 430 biometrics to use on her gears. But we've been getting pretty lucky. We've gotten a couple of boosted 5-star Uru. Attack speed is not the best, but it's not the worst either. No rank up tickets, but that's honestly okay. Attack speed, we got the black antimatter. We got the 5-star obelisk, which is cold resist. Not that great, but that's okay. We can use it to reroll. And then the 5-star HP is actually very, very nice. So yeah, thanks for the luck on that, guys. Let's go with the boost points, and let's check out these event missions. I'm not going to be able to hear the audio, but I will be able to enjoy the actual imagery. Oh, nice, and we've got some text here. So let's do my best. Let's do my best Thor impression here and see what's going on. Thank you, brethren. You've all come to my aid. Not quite all, my friend. Volstagg decided to finish his lunch first. I'm surprised by the temperature of this land. I thought Midgard was a nice place to live in. I feel like I'm in Nilfheim. It's far too soon for you to be surprised, Asgardians. Malekith, is it you that brought an ice age upon Midgard? My goodness, I'm flattered that you think that. But it was the Casket of Ancient Winters that did that. The Casket of Ancient Winters? How could you unleash such dangers upon Midgard? Then try to stop me, Odinson. Looks like there will be thunder tonight. Snowy Manhattan. Super cool. Alright, so we've got the old recycled stage from the Cho missions from way back with She-Hulk. But they've added a whole bunch of Christmas-themed stuff. We've got the ice-cold air truck. We've got the taxis flying by. We got the snow and the lights on the trees, which is nice. We got the bus terminal. I really like this stuff. I don't know why, but it really it hits the spot for me. 70,000 gold. So if you guys watched yesterday's gold video, it's definitely a good idea to also spend boost points on this stage if you have them. But yeah, let's do a little bit more voice acting. Strange. We've closed the casket of ancient winters. Why is it still cold? What's happening, Malekith? You will feel the power of Mjolnir once again if you do not explain this instant. Haha, the casket of ancient winters was merely bait. The real cold spell comes from him. With all his power, all of the 9 realms will turn into frozen wastelands. Ha 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 ha. See you when hell freezes, Odinson.
Damn it, he vanished. I will pursue him right away, my friend.
No need, Fandral. Could you move this box to a safe location for now? Hogan and I will try to find the one Malekith spoke of.
Okay, brother. Stay safe.
Behold, Volstagg the staggeringly perfect.
Volstagg, when did you get here?
It is great to see you, my friends. Mind lending me thy hand? I've had to fight endless enemies, and I'm getting hungry.
Of course, we don't want you to get hungry and return to Asgard.
Haha. Okay, now let's begin. The big one is mine.
At this point, there's probably been too much voice acting, so I'm just gonna keep the camera off for the remainder, and yeah, we'll enjoy this nice wintry stage. You guys can tell me what the sound effects are like because I don't have headphones, and I'll rewatch my own video later on to see what the sound effects were like. How Christmassy on a scale of eggnog to Macaulay Culkin is this stage. Also, Frost Beast, pretty cool to see him in New York, somewhere not ABX related. And we got 15. Now we think we're gonna get 20. Nice, 140,000 gold. That's really nice. No, we got 15 again. So it's 15, 15, 20. Frost Giants and the Frost Beast. Could it be?
Do you have any idea, my friend?
Yes, but it's impossible. I must hurry and make certain.
I too think it's best to hurry. It's almost dinner time.
I've been waiting for you, Odin's son.
Ymir, but you were slain by my father's sword.
I certainly was, but I came back, stronger than ever. Now the 9 realms will feel my cold wrath.
I can't do girl voices. Yeah. The ancient giant, you've been having fun without me. That sounds wrong. Sif, I must say it's very nice to see the goddess of war at a time like this.
I too have returned, brother, and it seems like all of Asgard's best warriors have gathered here.
Do you think adding a few more pesky insects will help your odds?
Ymir, you will meet your end once again because of these pesky insects. For Asgard! Cool. We got a different stage here. We got a bit more of an intersection vibe going on with the taxis. I like it. I like it. Hopefully we'll see a couple of the... Maybe we'll see some of the Thor Asgardians jumping around. Maybe this is a prelude to the Asgardians getting a rework in January, like I mentioned a few videos ago. So yeah. So we got 70,000, 140,000. Is this going to be 210,000? 280,000 gold. Wow. So they're giving up like almost 500,000 gold a day for these missions. Nice. An extra 4 million gold for everybody. Awesome. Yield, Ymir.
Fate did not grant me victory. You win today, Thunderer. But I will return and have my revenge upon Odin.
If this is my father's crime that I must pay, I will accept the challenge any time, Ymir.
That was quite a battle. I'm positively famished.
Well fought, my comrades. Now let us return to Asgard and toast our victory. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of my voice acting. Let me know what you think of the Luna Snow update, patch, rework, and all the event stuff. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.